Yo, what it do?
Yes, sir.
We in here, man. All right, make sure everything good. We live. Chris Blake, Rolex Risky.
What up,
What's good,
though?
everybody, man? Let's get in here tonight, man. We're gonna let y'all get up in here. Good show tonight, man. I ain't gonna say I'm under the weather. I'm good, but my voice a little messed up
Oh,
right
you
now.
got COVID food? You got
Nah,
COVID?
nah.
This batch of COVID ain't shit on the ain't shit compared to the first one though. This new batch ain't shit.
Ain't nothing. A couple cans of brew can't knock up out of me, man. But we
Word.
live, man. We live. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in tonight, man. You all right over there?
Hey man, it's all good. Gotta handle that light work with the motherfucking Yankees. The Yankees, man. I would have much rather the fix is in too, bro. Cause I would have much rather had the Guardians so I could like go to some games and shit. But they could have played last night. You know what I'm saying? Like that rain was it had passed, but they decided to, you know what I mean, postpone the game to today. And now they pitchers are resting and shit because they threw their arms out the other night. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to play the Yankees, the fucking Yankees. I don't want to play no stinking ass Yankees. They gonna get swept or at least probably like 4-2 or some shit. But nobody, I don't want to play the fucking Yankees, man.
Yeah, I counted about 7 F bombs in that, and listen, the algorithm don't like it. Let's go
Hey man,
ahead.
you gonna quit talking to me about these white man's internet and these motherfucking words?
See, there you go again. That's
You know what I'm saying?
the algorithm doesn't like it.
Hey
Uh,
man, you know if it's PG, you know I can't be on here.
Listen, the algorithm doesn't like it, and ergo your message won't get out. Listen, go ask Noriega how that works out when the algorithm don't like something.
Hey,
It-
he lame.
I don't know. Is he?
You know what? People even lamer for looking at Noriega like he's supposed to be Don Lemon or something. You know what I'm saying? Noriega got maybe a sixth grade education. He was a rapper. He was a street cat who just got lucky in his podcasting game, and all he do is drink on his show the whole time. What y'all expect out of that? He just there for entertainment, man. Don't be out here trying to think Noriega like, man. I don't know what's up with Cass, but he just doing his thing, man. I think it's kind of bogus now. You got to retract everything. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, come on, bro. You knew what that man was gonna do when he got on your show, bro.
See, and that's why I kind of had. I don't want to say I got a problem with it, but that's why.
I do. Cause it's bogus, man. It's bogus as hell, man. Like you knew what that man was gonna do, and that's why you brought him up there. You're the only one who was willing to talk to dude, cause you knew what he was gonna do when he got there.
Yeah, and I did hear Nori talk about it, and he was like, he already winning. He felt like that was like him going up and spiking the ball right in the end zone. Cause like I think that was that's Ye's third time on the show.
Right.
So it's like you brought him on because he hot right now. You know what I'm saying? After some of the stuff, let's go ahead and we're gonna piggyback off that, right? And keep it popping. We're gonna keep pumping. And it backfired, right? You got him up on there and it backfired. With me, and this is why, listen, you see the title of the show, man, it's called The Need for Correction, right? And you'll see in the litany of topics that we cover tonight, uh, sometimes there's a need for correction. I'm old school when it comes to a lot of this, right? And old
Yeah. What
school,
you mean, man? What you mean?
in old school parenting, I know, I can't speak for other races, but somehow, but pre-internet, all black people knew the black handshake. We knew the black dances. We knew, what I'm saying? We knew all this black stuff without the internet, without being able to go, no matter where you went, right? There's also certain sayings that everybody's mamas, grandmamas, or somebody gave them, right?
Right.
It's where you show out is where you get woe out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So it's like that. You know what I'm saying? That's called immediate correction, right? So old
yeah.
school parenting went for immediate correction. We not going, hey, we'll talk about this when we get home, mister. No, 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 no. We're going to correct it right now. We're going
Straight
to get
up.
this corrected right now.
What y'all
Right?
Houston cats say? Square business.
We do say that. I think that, but yeah, square business. But no, sometimes you got to correct. Not sometimes. I believe in correcting stuff right when it happens, right?
Right.
And that's why I kind of fought Nori. Now Nori went on to say, "Yo, it's a 3-hour pod." Later on, about 2.5 hours in, I circle back and start pressing him on some stuff. Listen, bro, I keep telling these people, man. Yes, you got people that listen to the whole pod. Man, we live in a soundbite era, fam.
Damn right.
That's what we live here, dog. We live in a soundbite.
Which goes back to what I said. Nori is not Don Lemon. He's not Tavis Smiley. Nori is Nori. He's not there to do those type of things. He want to get drunk and kick it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
but I think that's what you got to be careful then if you bring. See,
yeah.
look, if you bring it on, and I believe they said that it was a disclaimer that played before the whole thing. And listen, let's not also act like they weren't on Revolt TV owned by Diddy, and he gets up on there talking crazy about Diddy.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he went in on Diddy, he went in on Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying, going on it. But
I gotta be honest, bro. I didn't watch none of it because I'm all Kanye'd out. Just talk to me about every album from what Yeezus on down. I never listen to anything after Yeezus. Graduation was a classic, still is a classic, still get played today. I mean, but him today is just not my cup of tea, man. So I didn't see much of anything. I just know he said something about the tiny hat people.
yeah, he said a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That obviously being the most headline grabbing for obvious reasons.
You see how I just corrected myself for you since you up here
Yeah.
talking about the goddamn algorithm? I could have said something else, but I just said the small hats. Yeah, go ahead.
And don't worry, they will get you up out of here. Don't get it.
I'm not in entertainment. I'm not in entertainment. They don't fuck with regular jobs.
There's a time and a place for immediate. Now, there's always a time and there's always a place for immediate mother effing correction, right? Somebody say something, you don't wait. Like, no, you did that wrong, bro. Like, if I'm a coach on a team and we in the game, hey, bro, I gotta get a timeout. Y'all are playing. This is incorrect what y'all are doing out here, right?
Mhm.
Immediate correction, right? So I know to your point, Nori ain't this, Nori ain't that. But listen, if somebody's up there and they're saying certain stuff, yeah, there is a platform. Listen, we got a podcast over here. We do a show Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, man. We have guests on from time to time. Matter of fact, cheap plug coming up in November. We got some real cool stuff. I think we're gonna have. I'm trying to get everything booked. It's looking like we're gonna have a guest every Wednesday of next month. Big
You trying
guest,
to blow up, boy? You better get Charleston White on this joint.
big guest, big guest. That's all I'm saying. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Big and small. Let's put it that way, man.
Right.
We ain't going Hollywood, but anyway.
Every guest is a special guest, baby. Every guest is a special guest.
But when you bring people on, though, right? Listen, man. If people are saying certain things, there's a time where you got to immediately step in and like say, "Well, hold on now." Like me and you do it. Like if you say something and I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't know about that, Chris." Right?
Right.
Jump in, you know what I'm saying? You don't wait, and then now we 2 hours into the show. Hey, you said something earlier. The points passed. The moment's gone.
But we don't be 5 shots deep. You know what I'm saying? 5 shots
This
deep.
is true.
You know what I'm saying? Smoking weed.
But to your point, though, he knew what dude was going to come up there and do.
That's what he wanted, fam. He got what he wanted.
Well, sometimes
you know what I'm saying. You get what you be careful what you ask for. You just might get it.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
You dig? You go out there. You play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and now
Already.
you got to go and look. Both sides of his fan base, Nori, and I rock with Nori, but both sides of the fan base are looking at him side eye. So you got the people that mess with Kanye that was watching Drink Champs. They like, you sold us out. Then you got the other fans, right, who were like, yo, why would you even do this anyway? And now you go out here apologizing. And listen, the irony of all of this is that Kanye has the lyric, "Don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you're going to end up apologizing." That's the poetic justice in all of this.
Very ironic.
Right?
Very ironic.
Those are Kanye's bars. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We're gonna circle back to Kanye. I'm sorry. Those are Kanye's bars, but we're gonna circle back to Ye a little bit later, right? Because he wants to be known as Ye now. So in the spirit of
I wish I would call him that shit.
Well, it's first of all, in the spirit of Muhammad Ali, Malcolm, brother changed his name. He want to be going. He want to go by. He want to be called Ye. You know what I'm saying?
I'll let y'all feed that bullshit ego of his. I'm good. Like I said, albums from Yeezus on. He was Kanye West then. He's Kanye West.
He was Jesus, sir.
And mama named him Kanye. I'm gonna call him Kanye, motherfucker.
We're gonna get to him though, because it sounds like he's reading a lot of the same books, or at least some of the same source material as the homie Nicholas Cannon. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Dago, man. Hometown of me. You know what I'm saying? Because he went 12 tribes chart on me. So we're gonna get into that. He went for his Hebrew Israelite 12 tribes chart on me as well. We'll go there in a second. Man.
Niggas and living in the past. I'm so sick of that.
We're gonna get into some more Ye here in just a bit, man. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, but we want to talk Ye. We want to talk
Yay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get away from that today. Trust me. We're gonna talk about some media correction. But football happened this Sunday. Um, Tampa Bay Bucks, Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers won the game. But before the game, there was a bit of news, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what's the coach of Tampa Bay? Todd Bowles
Todd Bowles, legendary linebacker.
came out and he was
He
asked.
came out.
No,
I'm
no,
fucking around. I'm just fucking around. Go ahead. Go
hilarious, hilarious.
ahead.
He was doing his press conference and they asked him about, hey, you're going to be coaching against Mike Tomlin, another black coach. And I guess what did they want? They just wanted like his thoughts on it or whatever, right?
Man, I don't understand that. It's like, okay, I don't know what they want from these men when they ask about stuff like that. It's like, what am I supposed to tell you? Like, yeah, is it harder being a black coach? I'm pretty sure he's under the microscope, but it's just like when they ask questions and they frame it like that. What is it like, going against another black coach? It hadn't happened in X amount of years. It's like, and like, what is he supposed to say, bro? You know what I'm saying? He kind of downplayed it. He did a way better job than Hubert Davis did with the shit. I'll tell you that much. Boy, Hubert Davis, yes, I'm African American. I'm proud that my wife is white. Like,
Yeah.
but even with him, bro, what do you expect that man to say? Like,
Yeah.
what's he supposed to say, bro? Like, okay, yeah, it happened. Took 50 years, but what the hell am I supposed to do about those 50 years prior?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you supposed to say, man? I think about when they, and it's not, it don't even just end at sports. It's like, you become a CEO of a company, you happen to be a black man or a black woman, and that's one of the questions they ask you. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Tell the truth about your path? Tell the truth about what the
Yeah.
discrimination was? I mean, who want to hear that shit? You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth
Yeah.
about, it was hard for me. I seen 2, 3 other white cats get them a nod, and they want to know what they weren't even half as good as me. What, that's what you want out of cats? Like, what you want them to say, bro?
Yeah, and that's why I think he should have theme of the show today immediately corrected her. Right, to your point, he went a certain road. I think that was a time to jump in and be like, hold on now, right? Because I'm not talking about this. This is a narrative. It sounds like that you want to talk about in paint, right? So because see, here's the thing, right? To the point that you were kind of alluding to, if she wants to go there, right, and bring it up, let's go all the way there, then, right?
Right.
If you're gonna bring it up, let's just talk about it, right? So you got to come out there and say, okay, hey, yeah, it is only two. Well, hey, my question for you is, why is there only two black head coaches when X percentage of upwards of 80% of the league is black, right? They talked about it, I think, on First Take several weeks ago.
Yeah.
That all of the most of the position coaches are blacks, which nobody really gets promoted from position coaches, right, to head coach. But all of the coaching roles where those guys get promoted, O-line, offensive line coaches, coordinators, right? All of those guys are majority white guys, right? Because those are positions that you can get a head coaching job from. Because to play O-line, you have to be quote unquote smart. So to coach O-line, you got to be smart, right?
That shit.
Yeah. Quarterback coach. Hey, you got to be smart to play quarterback. So most of the quarterback coaches are white. You know what I'm saying? So he could have really walked her down a path, right? And I think he should have done it, right? Because if he wasn't coming out talking about it, she tried to bring that up because she had a narrative that she wanted to push for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Because who else was thinking about that?
But what do you say about sound bites? Why should he give her a sound bite? Make her journalism career blow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's drawbacks sometimes to immediate correction, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes me back to when an extreme example is when who is it, Dion? Is it Deion Sanders that has the when he's playing baseball, he keeps dumping the bucket of water on the guy because the guy said something about, you ain't never seen that clip? It's a
Nah.
famous clip. I think it's either Dion or Barry Bonds. I want to say no, I think it's Dion. Guy said something about Dion, and so they're doing a celebration, and they got champagne, and Dion just keeps coming over like dumping buckets of water on this dude, right? Just drinking.
Yeah.
The dude that talk crazy about him, right? He couldn't play. He shouldn't be doing both sports. He's gonna hurt the team. Dion went out there and did his thing, and so hey, I'm dumping water on you now. Hey, celebrate with us. Hey, here we go, celebrating, right? You're not celebrating. Here you go, keep celebrating. So we did it. So that's an extreme example of going over the top, and of course, obviously, he got some pushback. But sometimes, man, listen.
I gotta look that up. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's funny as hell. But you know what I'm saying? Because think about it, right? I hate having to keep going back to children, but this is like the most things that everybody can relate to. if you don't see it much now because we live in a different time. Everybody's scared of stuff. But back in the day, it was nothing to see somebody, a kid down the aisle getting his ass spanked, right?
Right, right.
Now, it don't look cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, there's a lot going on down there. But hey, man,
I gotta stop you there. I don't condone that crazy ass shit.
hey,
They was
listen,
wilding back then.
I don't listen. I don't know because again, I'm sure that mother or father or auntie, uncle, grandma, whoever told them before they got out of that car, don't go in this store showing out.
Mm-hmm.
And you went in that store and you showed out. So since you showed out, we showing out now. That's what we doing. Let me show you how I show out. Listen, I'm a huge fan. To your point, we live in a different time now. So hell, you do that, wherever store you in is gonna be swarming with.
Oh, you front page news, baby. You front page news. Oh, with your mug shot on that motherfucker. You better smile.
But no, I mean, listen, man. I do think that this might sound contradictory. What the hell am I looking for? Contradictory of what I just said. But I do think that there potentially was a place for that question. Yeah, just because. But the way she kind of brought it out and framed it made it weird, right? Because no one was talking about that narrative, right?
Right.
And I don't know if she did or if she didn't, but had there been something to your point that was saying, hey, this is the first time in I don't know how many years that two black head coaches, you know what I'm saying? I think other programs were saying, hey, it would have been more significant if it was a Super Bowl. Well, yes and no. Would it have been significant? Obviously, right? Because that's the biggest game of the season. But I think it's probably more significant that in just a regular season game, you don't even see it.
It is, man. And think about it though, man. Like, and you right about that because I didn't know the thing about the O-line and the quarterback coaches are usually Caucasian cats. You know what I mean? But it's like for the league to be that majority black. Actually, the league it's not like the NBA. The NBA is majority black. NFL is not majority black though.
It's like I think it's like somewhere
60?
in the 80s. Nah,
it's the
like
80s.
Yeah, I think it's the 80s. I'm pretty sure. I'll look it
I
up.
was thinking about all the big corn-fed white boys on the line and shit like that.
No, it is though, but I'll look it up. But yeah, I remember how many players is on a team though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's 60. I think it's like a 70-man roster.
Yeah, and I was thinking like, just because you black don't mean you know how to be a head coach, man. You know what I'm saying? True. It don't really mean that necessarily. But I do see some coaches that suck. And it's like, why can't they get the opportunity to suck just like some of these cats do who have a lighter complexion, white, Caucasian, Yakub, whatever I want to call them whenever I feel like it. It's like, why do they always get the opportunity? You know, but it's like, what do you expect this man to say? So boom, let's say he gave it a sound bite. He corrected him. Now it's about his sound bite. It's not about the game anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like, so, I mean, it's a catch-22, man. I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, he like, this bitch. I know he said that in his head. This bitch really gonna put me on the spot like this over this shit. Like, but you can't give them what they want, bro. And he downplayed it. He like, yo, man, when y'all quit talking about it, whatever. But it's like, nah, everybody notices, man. Everybody notices. Even the NCAA is not many black coaches, right?
No.
In football. Football. Damn, why football so goddamn racist still?
I'm looking up the hold on. My bad. I'm looking up the data. Can you hear that?
Sounds like you got a fan blowing.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Oh, you don't have a fan blowing. Yeah, it's wild. It's gone now though. I didn't hear it just till like a second ago though.
Yeah, so I was like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, they were trying to cut my mic, but anyway, I was looking it up somewhere. I'm seeing different numbers. I'm seeing somewhere between. I saw ranges between 58 and 70%. So I was off, but somewhere between 58 and 70%.
And that's not. That's That's enough numbers. If it's 65, 60, yeah. You know, especially if it's 60, you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, man, them white boys, the tight ends and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Some of them safeties. So it's not like the NBA, which is damn near 85. Like but the still, NBA.
Though, I mean, but still, we're talking about 60. But still, if we're talking about, let's just use that figure. If we're talking about 65% of this league is black and coaching, it's like the total, it's like flips the total opposite of coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of the percentage. That's crazy.
You know what? Something just happened up here. You know what I mean? Al Sharpton was marching up here, right? He
My man,
a
Reverend.
protest. It's because it's I think it's Sherman Williams, the paint people. I think that's what they
Mm-hmm.
are. They're building a new headquarters here, and of course, you know who's getting the contracting jobs.
Yeah.
So he came up here to protest on behalf of the what is it called? BOC, the Black Contractors Organization,
Okay.
BCA. And you know, I was thinking about that shit because you know they giving them little scraps and they giving the other cats big shit, and
Big time.
sometimes the black cats don't give nothing. And I thought about that shit. It's like, yo, man, you know, some of these cats they been groomed since fucking private school to do this for each other. You know what I'm saying? To throw these nods. Is it solely because you black? It has a lot to do with it because we didn't get those, you know, what I mean, opportunities to be around that type of shit, be around that type of, you know, the build the money to send your kids to private school to be around. Long story short, basically these owners, they want a coach that is like them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Similar background. They can go play golf with, go to the country club. There's some country clubs we still
I
can't
see
just
you,
fucking
Jay.
go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, is it fair? Fuck no. But what is fair?
No,
And
right.
and I
Listen,
understand. And I mean, come on, man. Like you know, they want what they want because they want to be able to talk freely. You don't act like them. You don't speak like them. I mean, will it ever change? I guess when we get more owners that are of you know different complexions, who ain't the good old boys. But until that good old boy club is done, man, that shit gonna continue happening. So I understand Todd Bowles not saying nothing because you don't think he know that shit. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Him and the owner ain't probably brushing shoulders like the old coach did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's more nuance to this shit than it's just hey, it's black. Nah, it's motherfuckers ain't you can't hang with them like that. They don't feel comfortable around us like that.
Yeah, this is
I'm
true. We got JC in here. I don't know where he is. He's this
man
guy.
about to go strip.
Yeah.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's up, my
Hey,
guy?
hey, hold on, man. You need to sit this one out because we gonna kick y'all ass in the goddamn playoff in the championship, homie.
Hey, that's a negative, sir. That's a negative. I like your enthusiasm though.
Man, look, 2-1, boss. 2-1, man.
I like your enthusiasm though, bro.
Look, I ain't got my mace on me, man. Let me see. I got my goddamn mace on
This
me.
guy.
Get
But
your
no,
ass.
so
Get your ass.
you know, with the coaching thing you were saying, like I think that's true in any aspect of business or in life, right? That
Right.
you know, you want somebody to do the job. You should want to do somebody that's going to do the job the best, but also you want someone that you're going to have good rapport with, right? As well. Um, I just went to my college's homecoming, and one of the things that you know, people, you know, I always tell everybody, man, going to school and going to that ain't everything. Trust me, you don't, you know. But one of the things that you do get from it, one of the things that you do learn from it, or one of the benefits is that you do get some networking out of it, right? People that went there, they'll look out for somebody that went to their alma mater, right?
Right.
I saw people making deals when I was there, literally, not figuratively, literally, right? I was people, hey, well, what are you doing now? Oh, I do this. Oh, word. Oh, I do this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's, you know, let's link up. Okay, yeah, let me get
It
you this
still
money.
happens.
Right?
Right.
And it was just that simple. It had nothing to, that person knows nothing about like what their work product is. All they know is that you're an alumnus here. You do this, I do that. Let's get together and try to do some business, right? And sometimes it's that simple. Is it messed up? Yes, especially when you say, okay, well, who's in these colleges, right? Right? Or who, especially when you get to like Ivy League and stuff like that, who's in there? This is what they're around, right? So there's something to be said about that, right? And I think to an extent, it's a bit of an illusion to think that everything is just based on who can do the job the best. I
It's
think
never
that's
been based on that,
yeah,
right? That's
that
what people getting wrong. And I didn't even hit that. You hit the nail right on the head. It's never
yeah,
about who's the best at this, baby.
yeah,
It's
that's an
never
illusion.
about that.
Yeah, I think that's an illusion that we have to, especially as black people, kind of get over that illusion that it's really not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a merit-based thing. We don't sit back and say, hey,
You
well,
work hard, you get rewarded.
yeah, that's not how the real world works,
Nah.
unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the way it is. And with that, and I'll let you jump in here too, JC, in a sec. But with that, there are other things that come with that, right? So you get people that are talking about, you know, hey, maybe somebody's an ass kisser, right? You get people talking about yes, man. We were talking about Ye a minute ago. It's been rumored that a lot of the people that were giving him pushback on a lot of the stuff he was saying, he just got rid of them and said, "Get from around me," right?
Yeah.
So there's the fear of that, right? That if you do try, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it's different aspects of this, but when you're talking about the NFL, I think it's just a bad look for the league. Me personally, right? I think it's a bad look for the league when you have a league that, and again, the percentage I gave somewhere between 58 and 70, that's just black. That's not even counting Hispanic players, right? Because that makes up, I think, like 5 to 7%.
Man,
So,
niggas out there playing soccer. They ain't fucking around.
but hold on, no. The reason I bring that up is because you got Ron Rivera as a head coach, right?
Yeah, he did that shit out the backs of Mike Singletary and them playing for the Bears.
I agree with you, but think about the percentage of the league that's Hispanic, right? And they got a head coach.
Oh, wait a minute, what?
That's what I'm saying.
Ron Rivera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like how much
right.
league is Hispanic? Maybe 5 to 7%.
And they get a head coach. That's some wild shit, ain't it?
It's only 32 head coaches. They got one of the 32. It's like 70% black.
It's like 3%.
You feel what I'm saying?
And guess what? I just said soccer. The 3%, all of them kickers. All of them.
Go ahead, Jay.
Now we
Hey man, Yankee fans don't get to talk on here, G.
Listen. We're gonna sweep the stroll. We're gonna sweep the last rows. Well, I'm saying. So, just give me a little rundown real quick because I want to make sure I'm speaking correctly on the topic.
Yeah, so we were talking about Todd Bowles, coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was asked in a press conference leading up to the Steelers game about, hey, did he think there was any significant? Well, not significant. How was it worded, Blake? I don't remember.
I don't really remember either, man, because the shit kind of pissed me off that they was asking the man that shit. But basically, how do you feel about, you all being only 2 of the 3 black coaches in the league when the league is, a large percentage black or whatever?
Yeah, they were like, hey,
and they were playing against each other. 2 of those black coaches were playing against each other.
You're going to be coaching against another black head coach. It's only 3 of y'all, you know what I'm saying? And he kind of blew it off like, hey, man, I'm just coaching football. But,
I mean, why do people... Why you can't just recognize somebody as a coach? Why I gotta be a black coach? Why I gotta be a white coach?
And that's kind of what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
That's kind of what he said, man.
Like that's wild to me, man. Like you got people putting in work, bro. Like it doesn't matter whether they're black, whether they're white, orange, yellow, blue. Like, bro,
I don't do that one though, nigga. That's that motherfucking that's that racist scapegoat joint. Hey man, I don't care if you're black, yellow, orange, or blue, man. Yeah. I know you ain't doing that, but you know what I'm talking about.
If some blue people pull up in here, we got some questions.
Your ass is not gonna be cool.
Yeah. No, but real talk though, like you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they put it in the work. They're there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? When what's the dude from the Steelers, when he became head coach, why nobody, made it a big deal? If you're making it a big deal now, why you didn't make it a big deal back then? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because we so woke now, man. We woke as a motherfucker now.
Hold on now. To be fair, right? And full disclosure, he became the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's important because the Steelers are the team that gave the whole league the Rooney Rule. That's from the Steelers. So the Rooney Rule says that if you're interviewing for a head coach, you have to interview minorities, right? You have to, because they weren't even getting interviews. So I think,
wow, yeah, that shit wild as fuck, right?
This is why it becomes important to a certain degree, because they had to institute a rule that says, yo, you at least got to interview a motherfucker, right? And so I think the Pittsburgh Steelers almost had to hire a black coach, right? Because you're the one, like the rule is called the Rooney Rule. That's literally like, I think the one who the Rooney family, that's the last name. That's who owned the Steelers. So like the rule is named after you. You almost gotta hire a black head coach.
Wait a minute. So they had that. I thought they got that after Mike Tomlin. So they did that Rooney Rule before him?
I don't know if it was before. It was around the same time, right? Because they would advocate, because they were trying to advocate for it. And I don't think that you would have had a leg to stand on to have a Rooney Rule if you had a white coach, right? That would kind of be silly. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about, hey, y'all need to hire some black coaches, and you got a whole white staff. That would look crazy as hell. You know what I mean?
It would.
You know what I mean? So I just want to get that for full disclosure. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's why they weren't even getting interviews though.
Yeah, and now people are saying, much like affirmative action, people have just kind of found ways around that rule, right? They just said, oh, okay, well, we'll pick the guy we want, but then we'll still bring in Chris Blake for an interview. You know what I'm saying? And so now you get these black coaches who just go on a bunch of interviews, right? And then the other black head coach, who I believe is Lovie Smith, right?
Lovie Smith, he used to be a Bears head coach. Yep.
Right. Here's the crazy part about that. He got the token black job. He got the job that no one wants. He's the head coach of the Houston Texans, coming off a scandal in which their quarterback that they had to trade was messy. Got 26 cases.
That's
Who wants that job, fam?
listen.
I didn't even think of. You know what? I promise, I didn't even think about it like that.
It's the worst job in sports, bro.
I didn't even think about that.
Who wants that job, bro?
Hey man, it's dirty as hell.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, bro.
That's a horrible job to have, fam. You
Hey,
know,
yo, white niggas was like, no, I don't even want to interview that one.
yeah, I'll pass on that.
Give it to a brother, you know. Hey, Rooney Rule, yeah, Rooney Rule. Show him you're not racist, man.
Stupid.
Hey, same thing. Look, same thing with the Houston Rockets. They got rid of Chris Paul. They got rid of Westbrook. They got rid of Harden. When they did that, who'd they hire? A brother. They got a brother. They got a black head coach right now.
But black head coach in the NBA is just like nothing, right? Like that's usual, isn't it?
Well, if you start doing that math.
So even in the NBA, they on some shit, huh?
Okay. Well, name me 4 black head coaches.
I barely even watch the NBA, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. These days, I watch baseball more than I watch the NBA.
Well, hold on. You can name me 4 white head coaches. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they used to play though. Steve, they used to play though. Steve Nash. Shit, man. Danny ain't still coach.
Man,
See, I don't know, man.
He graduated from coaching. He got him a nice cushy executive job.
That normally don't happen for black coaches to get from coaching to that shit. That never happens. Ever.
You got Asen Kidd.
Jason Kidd?
No, Asen Kidd. Asen.
Yeah.
Well, why is it Asen? What'd he do?
Because he never had a J.
Oh, he never did. How the fuck that man making a lead that long? He couldn't shoot. That motherfucker never could shoot, man. Just a lay up pass. That big ass head. And you remember that nigga son had the big head and the mustache? He was like 2.
Yeah, his son had a
That kid was like 2 years old, had a little mustache. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh man, that's messed up.
Yeah, you can't even count Ime Udoka this year because you know.
Hey, I hope he never get a coaching job for how mid that white woman was.
Hilarious.
That was the middest white woman. I used to fuck better white women than that when I was broke.
This
This
nigga.
nigga here, he's rich. He got that. That's what you was hitting? Jesus Christ, sir.
I think. Hold on. Now that I'm going through my head. I think there are only 4 black head coaches in the league. I'm trying to go through my head.
No way. In the NBA.
Udoka.
Jason Kidd,
Jason Kidd.
Darvin Ham with the Lakers, the coach for the Rockets.
That's it.
Am I missing anybody?
I mean, damn, all these Black Lives Matter shirts the NBA used to
They
wear.
got a black head coach, right? We know who coached the Spurs. We Jason Kidd with the Mavs. So 2 of the 4 black head coaches are in Texas. So shout out to Texas. Milwaukee, they don't got a black head coach. Bulls.
The Grizzlies.
The Suns got they got a black head coach for the Suns.
What about the Grizzlies? Don't they have a black head coach?
Nah, they got a white dude.
Damn.
Yeah. No, but so we get to 5 now. You know what I'm saying? We got 5.
Out of how many teams?
Oh no, I forgot about Doc Rivers. That's 6. That gets us to
Doc
6.
Rivers. Yeah. My bad.
That gets us to 6. Again, we're talking about a league though that's close to 90% black. So yeah.
Okay, it's getting
32 teams.
damn.
32 teams, right? Isn't it 32 teams?
30 or 32, yeah, somewhere.
Yeah,
around
something
there.
like that.
And we're up to
Damn.
6. We're up to 6 right now.
Damn, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what can you do? We already gave examples of a good reason why it's like that. It's not probably going to change anytime soon. They keep all the good shit for themselves. And let's be honest, if we was in that position, we keep the good shit for ourselves too.
I miss the young dude over there in for the is it the Clippers? Yeah, for the Clippers. I think they got a black head coach too. So we got I'm up to 7. Maybe it's about 10. Again, even if it's a third of the league that has black head coaches, to me, just my opinion, I still think that's too few. If we can get to 10 and say, hey, a third of the league got black head coaches, okay, motherfucker, the league is 90% black. Like,
man, you know what though? Like, look at the white coaches that do really good, right? They weren't superstars and no shit like that. So I'm wondering, is it like black cats that weren't superstars either that could coach really well or even interested in coaching?
Think about it. All the black coaches that we just named were outside of Jason Kidd, were not superstars.
Right.
Ime Udoka was a role player. Doc Rivers was a.
The funny thing about Udoka, I didn't even know he was in the league till like maybe a month ago when that shit came out. I was like, he's playing in the NBA.
Solid defender, solid point guard.
Yeah, I didn't even know Udoka was a player.
Yeah, he played for the Spurs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so like all the black head coaches were pretty much role players as well. You know what I'm saying? The black coaches, you know what I'm saying?
Except
Man,
except
it
for
really ain't no
yeah.
excuse for this shit other than what we saying, man. It's just a good old boys
Yeah,
club, bro.
it's just a good old boy system. You did.
It just ain't no other excuse, man. I'll be glad when we can come together, slaughter a whole group of people and make the world believe our bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, we can be, head coaches everywhere, own all the shit, and tell everybody else to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. I only dream of that, man. I dream of it.
Hashtag bootstraps. Hey,
I dream of it, man.
How many black owners are in the leagues right now?
Jordan.
It's only Jordan. Between basketball and football, it's just Jordan.
The greatest basketball player to ever walk the face of the fucking earth.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson's part owner.
Yeah, I think he got like a percentage that Dr. Bus gave him, but like, he don't,
What, 0.00000?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because technically Usher's a part owner of the Cavaliers. The Cavs.
Really?
Yeah, he bought into the Cavs. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Usher's a part owner in the Cavs. Nelly used to be a part owner in the Bobcats / Hornets. I don't know if he sold that or not, but he used to have some of that. Yeah, he used to have some of that. But yeah, Usher has some of the Cavs, a small percentage of the Cavs.
I didn't know that.
But Jordan is sole proprietary owner.
He's the majority owner.
Oh, he's a majority owner.
Yeah, you got to say that because like all of these owners always have like ownership groups. You know
Oh yeah.
Because it's so much money, bro. Ain't nobody putting up that much damn money.
Only one I think is Steve Ballmer. He didn't have a group because that's Steve Ballmer.
You
know what I'm saying?
Look where he came from. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
He came from that computer world, so he came straight up over there and said, "Let me go and get that." You know what I mean? But yeah, most of these, you know what I mean.
I hope Jeff Bezos buy a team. I could see Jeff Bezos doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I can see Jeff Bezos keeping it a buck because I mean, as long as you don't work for Amazon factory, he fuck with you, I'm sure.
But to be honest though, if you want to be an owner of a team, that's really a vanity move at that point, though, right?
It is. Most of that money don't even come from the team.
Yeah, because you got like the guy from Home Depot owns the team, right? Well, I forgot what team.
Really?
He owns. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Home Depot, like they got a team. Like all of these major companies, those guys get team. Like Mark Cuban popped big on like some stuff in like early days, like the .com stuff. He did some stuff with some technology stuff. Bought it. Once you buy a team, that's a vanity project. Now you're saying I got so much money, I want to go now play with like human action figures. That's what I want to do now because they don't know because they don't know anything about that business. They know until you become an owner, you know zero about that business in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know business, but you don't know in the NBA.
Yeah, shit. How can you?
So you telling me what's his his name just left my mind.
What team?
The quarterback for the Chiefs, Mahomes.
Yeah.
He bought into the Kansas City Royals.
Really?
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Hold on. I think that was a part of his contract. That's how big I think because I think the same family owns the Chiefs and the Royals. And a part of his compensation was that like he got a piece of the Royals as well. I'm pretty sure that's how.
Wow, that boy agent the truth.
Bro,
man.
Listen, he owns part of the Royals.
They ain't never gonna win shit, but it's still cool.
Never, I agree.
Ever, bro.
Ever.
First of all, shout out to Bo Jackson. But go ahead.
That's like the only star they ever had.
Well,
you know what? You're right. Like who else they ever had?
I'm shouting out to Bo Jackson. That's what you want me to do.
I mean, they had some names that were something later on in their career, but as an active great during the Royals, during their play with the Royals, it was literally only Bo Jackson.
That's the only person I can think of.
Just to circle back for just a second back to Ye, this was kind of one of his kind of like ranty points that he was making is that like, hey, certain people, certain groups get to like run certain things. Now, I would tell him, hey, what you want them just to, what do you want to happen now, right? Like they did what they did to get in they finagled or whatever they had to do to get in those positions, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now you
just
can
get a shit away.
Yeah, what you like? That's always my question. Like, what do you want these people to do now, right? I agree with you, Ye. That's you right. Now what happens?
Not a goddamn thing. You get here, keep talking to people, you keep talking that bullshit, riling the people up to do this type of discourse, and ain't shit gonna change because if your people had it, they wouldn't be sharing that shit either. I know I wouldn't. Shit. I would never wish to even on me to be Caucasian. But let's just say I was. I wouldn't feel sorry for nothing. White guilt? Do you think I would have white guilt if I was a Caucasian? Man, get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, hey, what up, brother? And turn my motherfucking ass on, go back to my team. I swear to God. I wouldn't give a fuck. Fuck out of here. And when they act like they give a fuck, they don't really give a fuck either. So y'all keep having that discourse. And I say spend the time trying to find a way to get your ass in. Something not with them, but trying to get your ass in somewhere because they ain't giving that shit up, bro. And your ass wouldn't either. I know I wouldn't. Where with you?
Listen.
You would share. I'll cut the shit. Cut the shit. Don't even say no more. You would share? JC, you would share? You would say, yeah, come on, outsiders. Let me bring you in. No.
Nope.
Hell no. Come on.
Listen, you gotta understand where I'm coming from. No, I think that black people aren't really serious until we start really, and this is gonna sound crazy, until we start closing the ranks on what is black, until we start closing that down. Because right now everybody's goddamn black. We just listen. This is a podcast for another day. But what I really need is for black people to stop running around the planet, running around history, and just attaching our. When I say black people, I'm talking about black people here in America. To stop running around the planet, to stop running around history, and just trying to attach ourselves to every damn thing. That's getting it's been annoying for me for a while now.
Yes.
That we, and I get it. Listen, I'm not saying that on everything we're wrong, but we try to attach ourselves. We've been the Moors, we've been the Egyptians, we've been the Hebrew Israelites, we've been the who else? We've been the real Native Americans. We've been the who else is it, bro? We didn't been everybody. You know what I'm saying? We everybody.
The list is vast. I mean, would you want to join this team? I'm sorry. It's just not. I mean, come on, man. There's not many perks. Like just looking at it, like, man, these motherfuckers are all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
just need for us to just narrow this down and just like, yo, listen, man. We got I think that we have a very unique experience here, right? Because I said this a couple weeks ago on the Wednesday show, No Strings Attached. Black people in America are the only black people that don't have are the only people that don't have a landmass attached to them, right? So because we're called black, there's no place called black, right? So that's not a landmass.
We're not even black.
Right. Everybody else on the planet has a piece of land, right? An area that corresponds. JC's Puerto Rican. There's a place called Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're, you know what I'm saying? If you're Mexican, there's literally a place, you know what I'm saying? If you're Italian, if you're whatever, you know what I mean? For us, we got to understand our reality of who we are, what happened, right? There are separate arguments. There's the slave trade argument. There's the argument of they came before Columbus. Maybe both things happened. Whatever the hell happened, we are who we are now. And like, there's a, there's a conversation needs to be had about how we move forward. You know what I'm saying? Jesse tried to have that conversation in the 80s. This is where you get your word Negro from, right? I don't know, man. It's above
Jesse
my
wasn't the one to do it though, bro. Jesse had too much shit going on.
But everybody
Jesse was out here having side babies,
but everybody got too much shit going on, though, right?
And that's the problem.
There's gonna be no perfect leader. You know what I'm saying? That may be I might write that down. That may be a pod for another day.
There shouldn't be a leader though, in my opinion.
No. I'm just talking about in general though.
Right.
Because it was funny because Trump really helped usher in for a lot of people that I think post-Trump now, people don't even want, or at least a certain segment don't want a leader who quote unquote pretends to be perfect. Like, I don't think Barack Obama would work now.
That motherfucker was perfect.
I agree.
That motherfucker was the most perfect ever.
Yeah, because he's too, you know what I'm saying? Like in this climate, I don't know if Obama works now.
You know what? Speaking of racism, look at Herschel Walker. That motherfucker run the Senate primary. He's the most flawed motherfucker ever.
Herschel Walker is a complete and utter and I say this with all disrespect, he is a complete, and you heard it right, with all disrespect, he is a complete and utter idiot.
But he still is a Senate candidate, dude. That's big shit.
Not really.
It's not.
No. Listen, if you want to run for Senate tomorrow and you got somebody that's wealthy enough to put money into your campaign, you can run.
I mean, you can say the same for Congress. You can say the same for governor.
I agree.
But I mean, they voted for him, bro, and it's like, damn, this
No,
man got
no,
mad baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? Paying for smortions everywhere. Is that one of your tag words, nigga? Abortion.
Of course.
Well, I just said it. I just said it. But anyway, though, like, it's like, I don't know. It's getting weird. But that goes to your point, though. You can't be perfect anymore. And I actually like that, though. It's more realistic, in my opinion. Not as extreme as Herschel Walker or Trump, but that's more realistic, though.
Yeah, I think that we're in a time now to where leaders are gonna have to be they can't portray, huh?
They gotta be vulnerable now.
I don't even know. I wouldn't say vulnerable because Trump didn't portray that. He wasn't vulnerable. He just portrayed strength. It was just all about, I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, even though what I say, quote unquote, isn't politically correct. I'm still gonna say it because it's because quote unquote it's the truth. See, that's what there's this thing, right? Where, okay, let me bring y'all behind the rope. Me and my homies got into it. Well, I don't say we got into it, but we had a discourse via our group chat the other night about Charleston White, who I would like to have on the show.
He probably do it too, because he's doing local joints, like heavy.
And I can talk. I lived in Fort Worth for 6 years. So I
can. Damn, that long? Cool.
Yeah, I was in Fort Worth for a minute. So I can really chop it up with him just about strictly about Fort Worth, right? But anyway, we were talking about Charleston White because they were like, hey, a lot of people don't like him because, well, first of all, they started off by saying, hey, you might not like the way he say it, his delivery, but what he's saying is true. And the problem I have with that is that, like, that's this new tagline that exists now. Because people say that about Trump. People say that about everything that say wild stuff. Hey, man, you might not like what he say, JC, but it's true, though. And it's like, well, no, I don't think it's true. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't care how he says it. I don't think it's true. But I think that's a two-pronged thing, right? To where it catches you on both ends. Because if you say, nah, I don't mess with dude. Oh, that's because, yeah, man, you don't like the way he giving his
soft,
message.
Right? Is what
that's
say,
what I'm saying. You a snowflake. You don't like the way he delivering his message. You know what I'm saying? It's that vibe. So it's like it's a coverall. It's like, how do you get around that defense? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm just saying I disagree with the rhetoric, but there's already a built-in mechanism, right, to like go at me and say, oh well, no, what it is that he's just too real for you.
Right.
I think that's what Trump ushered in, is that when he came in talking the way he talked, that people, there was a level of, man, that's a breath of fresh air. He's not buttoned up. Again, to what you just said, Blake, Obama was perfect. We just had 8 years of a perfect effing president. He was perfect in high school, in college, as an adult. He had been perfect. He even, listen, I'll go as far as say this. He married the perfect black woman.
He really did.
She looks black. She got all the black features, right?
When I used to lie on my resume, I was them. That shit, like, for real. Like, they ain't even lying. Like, they are seriously them, bro. Like, damn. I used to look at that motherfucker like, man, this is too good.
They are perfect, bro.
Yeah.
You dig? Like, there's never been, and this is not up for debate. This is just a fact. There's never been a more educated couple in the White House in history. That's just a fact.
Man, you know what? Bill Burr told a joke, and he also made it really fun because he was like, the Republicans, they got their women in check. Name one of the first ladies' names in the past umpteen years, and nobody could do it. But Michelle Obama, everybody know her name. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what was I gonna say? I totally forgot. Shit. Something I was gonna say. I don't, man, it's October, bro. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm so fucking wound up. Yeah, but damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. God damn it. It probably wasn't hitting that hard anyway, man. Carry on. My bad. That shit probably was gonna bomb.
But no, though, like you didn't know. I mean, I knew her because she was from Texas, but most people didn't know. George W. Bush's wife, right? I think Barbara. I think his mom was. Anyway, the point is, there's just never been a more educated couple. The only one that would rival them would be the Clintons, right?
Another Democrat.
But like the competition is between Hillary and Michelle because there's no competition between Barack and Bill. Bill's whooping his ass, right? So
right.
Again, but this goes back to the whole notion that like when you're black, you have to be, and this is another old school black saying, if you black, you got to be twice as good, right? That's an old school saying. I don't even know if parents still say that to their kids anymore, but that was an old school saying, right? Hey, just understand, if you black, you got to be twice as good. Hey, Jay, let me bring this back. I would like to get your take on this. You weren't here for this earlier, but we were talking about Ye, aka or formerly known as Kanye West. And so
I don't really want to talk about that fool.
Well, but we have to.
I felt the same, bro.
Listen,
you're gonna like
shit.
But you're gonna like why I'm bringing him up when I say this. The theme of tonight's show is at least in my opinion, the importance of immediate correction.
Okay. You got my interest.
Of immediate correction, right? So when you have somebody like that who's saying stuff, right? I understand he's a multi-billionaire allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
And what happens when you get that level of money, success, power is no one corrects you. So you get to say stuff and everybody's on eggshell. We just kind of like, yeah, that's what's up. Y'all remember that rant that Mike, and this is not the deviate. Remember the rant that Mike Tyson went on about
in kids?
Yeah. All praise due to Allah, right? You remember when he says all praise due to Allah and walks off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody behind him is like, woo, ooh, shit. Ah. He was just he was out of control, saying the man said he wanted to eat somebody's kids.
Yeah, he was out of control.
But because those were just yes men behind him and Mike is going off, they're like, oh, that's cold. You know what I'm saying? You spitting it. No,
dangerous stuff right there.
Right? So like this is what Ye has kind of inundated himself with are people that like when he says this stuff, they say, yo, you know what, JC, that's deep, bro. I ain't even think about that. That's deep. So I say that and this is the question to you, Jay, is that like Ye is out here, he's saying all this stuff that he's saying. He wants to, he can't be at, I ain't even go there, but he's saying everything that we've all heard him say and tweet in interviews and on Twitter. And I'm saying that he's a person, and there are many people that there's a need for immediate correction, like old school parenting used to be.
Yes, that man needs to be sat the hell down and corrected immediately, as you say. That man, he speaks so much, how can I put it? Idiocy, stupidity,
bullshit.
Yo, for crying out loud, the man said he wrote the Bible, bro. Like, come on, dude.
He said that?
Well, I don't hold on. Whoa, don't put that on him. I don't know if he said that.
Bro, did you
he be saying a lot of shit, man.
He came out with?
You said what?
He came out with his version of the Bible.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Are you counting? Are you saying that's what Yeezus was? I don't know.
Listen.
Was a good album.
That fool needs to be sat down, put in a mental institution. I don't know. Like he really needs to be corrected. Like he's talking way too recklessly, and all these.
Hold on, y'all.
I think it's too far gone, bro.
I just want everybody to be careful right now because my sister is in here right now. So y'all be careful. I just want y'all to be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not telling y'all not to talk. I'm just telling everybody to be careful because shout out to my little sister. But go ahead.
He needs to be literally retaught life.
Retaught life?
I can't say that. You know why I can't say that? Because like the reason why that man acts like that is because he's seeing the vision and he fucking went for it, and he made everybody believe in this shit, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger by the year, to the point where the people that he came up under, he's above. Maybe only Jay is the only exception. So him coming through he's just everything has worked out for him. So at this point, he's too far gone. Nobody can tell him anything. He said that shit back in what? Motherfucking '06. Yeah, can't tell me nothing. So this is 2022, and he's a fucking. They say he's a billionaire. I don't know if I doubt that, but he's up.
You know what's funny is that, like, if you're a real Kanye fan, he kind of was telling you exactly what was going to happen,
and it came to fruition, man. I mean, I think he said a bunch of bullshit, but at the end of the day, like, he's earned the right.
He's told y'all that once he got his money, then you can't tell me nothing, right?
I mean, man, what can you say, man?
They can't tell me. He told y'all wait till he get his money right, and he also told you that when he get home, he's gonna leave your ass for a white girl. That's what he said, not me.
He did it. He pulled it off.
That man has done everything he said he was gonna do in his music.
You know, I need to shut the fuck up forever though. Boosie. I don't know why y'all keep gassing Boosie, man. Like, I can live with Kanye. I can live with Kanye, but Boosie, like, come on, man. That dude shouldn't. Like, he's nobody's moral compass. He shouldn't really. If he ain't being funny, it's cool. But Boosie trying to talk about shit like he's almost like he trying. You know how you trying to kind of like delve into that activist role, like you, like he's speaking for the people type shit. It's kind of becoming that for him. Right. And I'm like, damn, like, no, Boosie he's a personality, but when he's trying to tell somebody to check their morals, like, Boosie had a 15-year-old assassin. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? Like this is weirdo shit. Like, that person, like, dog, just stick to the Vlad interviews. Don't be out here. Next thing you know, Boosie gonna be. I bet the Democrats picked Boosie to talk to like they did Cardi B a few years ago. You gonna see Boosie at a debate. Some shit with the Democrats. I can live with Kanye because Kanye, hey man, he's made some great deals. But Boosie, I need him to shut the F up forever, man.
Go ahead, Jay.
I could do without both of them. I could do without both.
Man, yeah, be wilding, man. But he say too much bullshit to be like, oh, okay, we just gonna lock in on that. That's real.
Yeah, see, okay, so that's the point that I wanted to get to, right? I think that's one of the good things about getting older, and I am getting older now. I just had a birthday. One of the good things is that, you know, just because you get older doesn't mean that you get wise, right? That doesn't automatically mean that. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, there's some old fools out there, right?
It is.
You know, if you're somebody who pays attention, who understands what's going on, you see that things recycle. You know, again, going back to another old saying, old folks used to say, "Ain't nothing new under the sun," right? Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Oh man, same soup reheated, baby.
That's it. So if you're here long enough, you'll live to see all of this stuff recycle itself, right? All of these talking points come back. It'll be popping right now. It'll die away, and then it'll come back up, right? Because there's always a new crop of people who didn't hear that 10 years ago.
Right.
And so now when it gets presented to them, this is new information now, right? Oh, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, yeah. It's new to you, but I heard that 30 years ago, and I know it's BS. You know what I'm saying? Right. and that becomes like kind of like where we are right now is that, like, we got a generation of people who are listening to things and they think that it's deeper than what it is, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them haven't heard somebody in that type of position speak that rhetoric before, which is okay. But we're living in such a time where, like, entertainers are influencers. And I know Democrats get a lot of ish because they use entertainers. But everybody uses entertainers, though. I saw Republicans had goddamn who's the dude from Charles in Charge? They had that motherfucker up there, right? That motherfucker was a star in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Like it's like everybody wants to use, like, trust me, if you have the opportunity to use a celebrity, you will use them. But Dick Gregory, before he passed, he always talked about how, like, man, listen, they entertainers, bro. And that's what we got to understand is that ain't nobody ever been liberated by an entertainer ever. You
Ever,
can't
bro.
point, you can't ever point to any place on the map that particular group of people was liberated by an entertainer. That doesn't happen,
No.
right? Because what I've seen, and listen, I don't care if I get no smoke about this. This even goes to Kaepernick. What
You
I
throwing gang signs, nigga? Oh, peace out.
Yeah, I gotta head out. My bad.
Oh, peace out, G.
yeah,
But we'll
what
catch
I've
up
seen,
tomorrow.
yes, sir. What I've seen is that even going to Kaepernick is that these, you know what I'm saying, these people that come out, because he's an entertainer, right? He's a football player, he's an entertainer.
Hell yeah.
Is that there is no true sacrifice.
Not
Right.
at all. This
Right?
motherfucker finagled that into a Nike deal later on.
Come on, man.
The revolution is on jerseys, nigga. The revolution is on the it won't be televised, it'll be merchandise, my nigga, for real.
And this is
The
what I'm
fuck out,
saying.
man.
It's like, yo, unfortunately, when you're going through that type of stuff, man, there's and people gonna say, oh, well, he can't make no money. Also, you mad because no, I'm not mad about anything. I'm just simply saying nothing happened and he got a deal out of it. That's all I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do with that, whatever you think he accomplished, please let me know. Because I haven't seen
this is why I don't listen to Kanye no more. He come out saying a whole bunch of bullshit, rile up people's emotions, and then he's gonna disappear in a couple of months. We're not gonna hear from him. That's what he does every time.
Mm-hmm.
So when she asked like what he say that was so bad, I wouldn't even know because I heard so much of this bullshit in the past that I ain't really trying to listen to him no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he do. He come through, fuck shit up, and leave. He's gonna do it again. It's just what Kanye does. I can't knock him for it. People listen, man. He made some great music pre Yeezus.
Right. See, you know, that's it. And you've said that a few times, and that's like, I'm glad you keep saying it because that's the important part, man. And it's funny because not that this is the same thing, obviously, but R. Kelly had made some amazing music, fam. And it was hard for people to sit back and say, hold on, do I got to give up all this music? Like, this is amazing. Like, I don't want to, like, because most people, if you say, hey, man, would you listen to a song that a pedophile made? You'd be like, hell no.
Yeah.
And then I would ask that, then I would submit to them.
But I'm into music, so I'd be like, what did he make? I can't even lie. I probably would be like that. But the average person, you're right. Yeah.
Right. What did he make? And then I would give you bump and grind. And then I would give you 12 play, right?
TP2.com.
TP2.com. I would give you the Chocolate Factory, right? I would give you all of this amazing work, right? And then, like, now all of a sudden, you're like, well, how many of them was it, right? So, like,
I mean, were they 15, 16?
Right.
You know, at 15 is the legal age in some states.
This is what I'm saying.
You know,
right? So it gets to a point to where we start trying to quantify, right, this stuff. Because we're like, well, you know, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where a lot of people are right now in a generation that like grew up on Kanye. I think this is where they are. They're facing this. Because listen, me personally, I know some people have tried to justify it, and some people I've listened to so many people try to rationalize it. I never got past slavery was a choice. Me personally, I was stuck there. Like once I heard that, I was like, the fuck?
You know, only thing because I never like I did. It sounded fucked up, but I was thinking he thought in terms of how the numbers, those people had numbers and they were being controlled by a small amount of people. And I thought about it like that, but it was like the way that he worded it. It's like, bro, you could have at least thought about that before you said that. Yeah,
but that's not a choice, though, right? That's called fear
and brainwashing. Right. Something that if his black salute-footed ass would have been around back then, he would have been a part of it too.
That's what I'm telling you, fam. I don't give a damn how many. Listen, if I've made you, if I've shown you that if you try to do something. And I hang somebody up here, right? And you listen, sometimes we hear the stories and we don't visualize what happened in the agony. And it's something about hearing a scream, right? If you've never been at a funeral and heard a child scream of their father or mother, or heard a parent's scream of their child at a funeral, it's something that you will never forget. I'll just put it to you like that. You won't ever forget how that sounds. Right. And the reason I bring that up is because when we talk about slavery and we talking about what they did was make examples of people who tried to who tried to overcome and do this. Nat Turner, one of the greatest of all time, they made an example, right? Because they wanted everybody to know this is what's gonna happen, right? So it was nothing for them to castrate somebody while they're strung up, right? Think about this, fam. You're not dead once you get castrated.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, that's sick shit, man.
I can't even imagine that type of pain and how that sounds hearing that person scream. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some traumatizing mentally. That's some traumatizing ish.
Right, man.
That's not a choice at that point. And
then they've brainwashed a lot of them so bad that they didn't even know they were slaves. They thought they were being treated fairly.
Well,
that's why they would go tell on people when they tried to revolt.
Well, because it got to the point to where the parents, specifically the moms, would do the brainwashing for them to a certain extent, right? Because you don't want to see your child go through that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no parent does. You know what I'm saying? Like who the hell wants to see their child go through that? So I'm gonna tell you, hey, don't do that. Go do this, because that the way you ain't. Hey, listen, Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that.
Nat did that. Hey, Nat did that, so hopefully you don't gotta go through that. Nah, but see, I understood what he was trying to get at with that, and you know, how much different are we today, though?
But hold on, let me say this though to you, Blake.
Okay.
My problem with that argument though is that like he never said that, right? Like
we did exactly what you were just saying.
Yes, that's my thing. Is that like Kanye never said that. Everybody goes out and then rationalizes. Oh no, what he really said? No. That's not what he really said. I know what he said. He said what he said. He never came out and clarified. He never, you know what I'm saying? He said exactly what he said. He said, nah, that sounds like a choice to me. That's what he said. Now listen, we all know what Harriet Tubman said. She said, yo, I freed X amount of slaves. I could have freed more if the motherfuckers knew that they was damn slaves. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I get it to your point. So I understand that there was a segment that was too far gone. You know what I'm saying?
This was just a way of life for them. And if you try to mess up their way of life, they're going to go tell on you.
They had fully assimilated. You know what I'm saying? We see that a lot. That people assimilate to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But to say it was a choice, that's so, to me, that's just so disrespectful that I couldn't get past that, because it wasn't a choice. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I'm whipping you, I don't think you got a choice, my guy. Now, if you're saying that like they could have just killed themselves, well, now we got a whole different conversation. I don't know what's the choice. Just run away to where?
Right, to where, man?
Okay, anywhere. Okay, that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? To somebody with a damn cell phone with GPS on it, right?
Right. You're right. You ain't got no map. You can't read because they.
You understand?
It's so wild shit, man. Woo,
let me take your black ass.
Evil.
Let me pick your black ass up. Let me take you around the globe somewhere and drop you the hell off, and then you tell me where the hell you finna go.
And you stick out like a sore thumb. So if you end up in a spot where none of you are at, they're like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing around?"
Bro, if you read some of these slave narratives, they talk about.
I would never read no shit like that.
But if you read some of them, they talk about people that like escaped and started wandering, and they ended up wandering to plantations, to other plantations.
Jesus,
like where are you going?
Right, man. You don't have no weapons, no nothing, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it sounds great. You know what I mean?
I wish he'd just go away though, bro. He should just go away, man. Like, what are you trying to accomplish at this point, man? You're gonna burn every bridge. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, we still have a certain segment of the population though that believes he's a genius, and I think that they need to just quantify that and say musical genius.
Music.
I wouldn't disagree with that if you say he's a musical genius, but I
hate that we have to talk about him, man.
Listen,
you can't get around talking about him, though, right? I understand you can't.
I mean,
you can't get around talking about him.
I don't know if you saw it. He had a live that I think it may still be going on. He had a live going on while we were on. He had a live this whole time.
I don't know what's going on with Kanye, Roy. I don't fuck with him.
Well, first of all, his name is Ye.
Oh, shit, sound like you drank the Kool-Aid, nigga.
I just want to address people the way that they want to be addressed. If the LGBTQ has convinced me to, because like y'all know me, I always say on this show, shout out to the LGBTQ. I address them as they want to be addressed. So if Ye wants to be Ye, if Kanye wants to be Ye, I'm gonna call him Ye.
If I'm gonna call him Kanye, I'm gonna call him Kanye.
Never gonna change.
The man said his name is Ye now, so I'm gonna call the man Ye.
Hey man.
Now,
I don't know what his name is. I don't like his music no more, so I've been done with him ever since. I bought one pair of them ugly ass shoes. I'll never buy another pair.
but you do know, okay, I'm glad you brought up the shoes. That's the thing that actually gassed him up was the shoes.
I bought the zebra joints though. I didn't buy the plastic ones that he was selling. Like none of the slides that go for like $200 online. I bought the zebra joints, like the Yeezy boosts, the joints like that.
But the thing was, because you know the history of Kanye, right? He always wanted to be in fashion. That's what he did. Let me take that back. He didn't always want to be in fashion. He wanted to be accepted by the fashion world.
Yeah.
And he never initially he didn't get that. I don't know if he has it now, technically, right? But now he got $1 billion, so I think he just feel like he can throw his weight around. I don't know if he has the respect. But what happened, though, right? You know what happened? He came out with those Yeezys, and Yeezys jumped over the jump, man. Right?
They are as popular. They really are.
Right?
But now he don't have that deal no more. So what that's gonna be?
But see, my argument has always been is that's what gave him the swagger was those shoes becoming so popular. My argument has always been this though. The reason those shoes became that popular had nothing to do with he thinks it's because it was a dope design. I believe it was because they said, hey, we only making this amount. And you know this like I know. The sneaker community, if you give them an exclusive sneaker, come on, man.
Fam, those sneakers that I bought, the Yeezy Zebras, came out in like I think it was 2016, 2017. I just got them shits last year. No, earlier this year on a reset, on a re-release. And then I still had to buy them secondhand off of one of those resale sites. Those shoes have dropped like maybe 4 or 5 times in the last 5 years. And it took me up until 3-4 months ago to be able to get them. So, I mean, yeah, he created that type of market, man. Limited quantity.
But see, I don't know if that was him, though. I think that was Nike.
Adidas in this case.
I'm sorry,
but he did do Nike before Adidas, though. I didn't get a pair of those, man. I didn't even get a pair of those. I wish I did. They worth so much.
I think they were the ones who created the buzz by saying we're only going to make X amount. The shoe companies saying we're only going to make X amount, right? Because we all know, listen, bro, trust me. I was a Jordan wearer from way back in the day. I've admitted that I've bought some whack Jordans that like they look trash. I've bought some trash Team Jordan. When the Team Jordans first came out, I liked the first couple of pair, but I did buy a couple trash pair of Team Jordans.
You was buying them Mexican Jordans?
But I'm just saying, though, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye thought it was the design that did it. And I don't think that. I don't think it was the design at all. I think it was just that, like, the sneakerhead community blew it up.
And they were odd. You know what I mean? They were odd. They were Kanye's. But you got a point with that. But it worked out for him. But I just wish he'd just go away, man. Just go away, man. You know, it's not gonna happen. And everybody who drank the Kool-Aid, man, keep drinking that shit. I just want to listen to Yeezus on before. Like, I don't want no more music from him. He don't even make good music no more.
Life of Pablo is after Yeezus, right?
That's where I stopped. Life of Pablo wasn't hot. Ultralight Beam was a good song, but after that, it wasn't no song on that for me, man. He ain't made nothing for me since Yeezus, bro.
I didn't like Yeezus.
I loved it, man. He bit Saul Williams though. You know Saul Williams, the poet dude.
Oh, I feel like I do. Hold on.
It was an old movie called Slam. Niggas was doing poetry and shit.
Yeah.
Kima Griggs from The Wire. She was in there. That was like one of her first roles. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Saul Williams, he made an album. He made several albums that had that grungy type of sound to it, and Ye bit that shit. You know what I mean? He'll never admit it. He might say it's Trent Reznor, but Saul Williams kind of bit Trent Reznor too from 9 Inch Nails.
Let me ask you,
I loved it though.
When did Ye get writers?
You never really know when these cats got writers, man. He probably had writers from the beginning.
So I don't feel like late registration had writers.
Graduation definitely had writers.
I'm sorry. College. Well, hold on, what's
College Dropout didn't have writers. I believe late registration had writers though.
So okay, so College Dropout we can say probably did not have writers.
It sounded like it too. It sounded like a dude who can make really good beats, but like his hooks and everything, they were just, regular backpack hook type joints. You know what I mean? Except Jesus Walks. Jesus Walks was big, but he had a co-writer on there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the co-writer was the homie, man, that he don't even talk to no more. He had one song. Damn, man. Rhyme Fest. Rhyme Fest was a co-writer on Jesus Walks. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Rhyme Fest. Okay. Yeah. So, cause see, for me,
and see how much I like this dude, man. I really used to love this dude, man.
That's what I'm saying. Though, for me, I'm a hip hop guy, and I can't, if you got writers, okay. Cause look,
he a pop star though, bro. It's different for pop stars.
But first of all, let me back up. I never take having writers away from producers. So that goes for Diddy, Timberland, Dr. Dre.
You know what he was before he was a,
Yeah, right. So like if you're a producer, I never take that away from you for having writers, but I just put you in a different category, right? So I'm not gonna put like, Timberland or Dr. Dre or Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like if they sell a bunch of records, I can't say, oh man, y'all sell more records than bro, y'all got a team of writers over there. You know what I mean? So now that I know that we got Kid Cudi over there writing, we got Consequence over there writing, we got Pusha over there, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay. I mean, is he really a genius? You know what I'm saying? Like the beats are still epic.
I think he make his own. I think he still arranges those himself for the most part, though. But then you find out that he kind of has Ghost Beats production too, because Hit Boy used to do Ghost Beats for him too. You know what I mean? Like so, and a lot of other. It's just, I mean, he worked his way up to big dog status, man. You know what I mean? He worked his way up to big dog status, so he could do that type of shit. But now he want to be. I don't know what he want to be now, man. What's the goal with this shit? What's the goal, bro?
That's a good question.
Like out of everything he's doing, I only hear sound bites, a couple of sound bites, because I avoid Ye. I avoid Kanye West, like I avoid what's the white dude who played Black? The white dude, they call him Talcum X on Twitter.
Oh, Sean King.
I avoid Kanye interviews, sound bites, like I avoid Sean King Twitter page, because there ain't nothing but trauma on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I avoid Kanye's interviews because it's like, what did he say this time to rile people up? Like, I just don't want to hear it no more, bro. So I don't know what's going on with the man. I just know he's saying some shit that's got people mad.
And you know what? Shout out to my homies, because they were trying to, shout out to Charleston White, but they were telling me that like, hey man, it was coming to the point to where they were like, yo, if you ever listen to this interview, then like you don't know his views. And it was like, hey, bro, you do know it's a lot to take if somebody did a 2-hour podcast and I'm already, it takes a lot for me to go and listen to that whole,
yeah, I'm not doing it.
To that, you know what I'm saying? Like if I've already made my mind, they're like, I'm cool on Kanye. And then you say, nah, man, you need to listen to this Kanye interview. And I'm like, that's a 3-hour podcast. I'm not listening to that, bro. I don't want to listen to that. I already know what he about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Cause like that's a lot of time. That's a lot of your life to devote to that, bro. And I'm not gonna do that for
3 hours.
That's
not good. Somebody with ambition, I don't think they should be sitting there listening to that for no damn 3 hours.
You feel me? But anyway, man, let's get about here for the night, man. Shout out to my man Chris Blake. Shout out to JC for pulling up. Y'all make sure y'all join us tomorrow night on the Wednesday night edition. That's the big show, man. No strings, full crew will be there. We getting it in, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us for November. We got a full month of guests. We're gonna be off only 1 week that week. That's the week of Thanksgiving. But make sure y'all tap in. Let me see. So next week, Chris Blake, we gotta talk about the whole holiday that's coming up. There's a whole holiday coming up this month.
Oh man, I'm actually getting into it this year. I know what you're talking about though.
You can get into it, but it's still a whole holiday.
Oh no, I feel yeah.
So next week we'll talk about the whole holiday that is Halloween. When it become adults, listen, I don't have a problem with people that want to dress up as adults, do couples costumes. I think it's dope.
Right.
But Don't get it twisted. For the adults, this is a hoe holiday at large. This is the one time of the year where all women can live out their hoe fantasies without being judged. This is where you see what they really are. So we'll come back. We'll talk about that next week, man. These hoe fantasies that all women seem to have. I don't know why it is. But make sure you tap in with us, man. No strings attached. Hold on, let me play something to get up out here for the night. I ain't gonna just get up out of here. Hold on, let me get some music queued up, and let's play this, man. Let's go. We out of here. Hold on. Maybe.
Motherfucker don't want to play, man.
Don't worry about it. Here it come. Want to hit? Here it go. Maybe. Maybe not. I thought we had some action. I thought we had some audio to go out, man. My ish ain't playing, man. So we'll just go out here on this, man. On some old school Don Cornelius. Peace, love, and soul. We out. Peace.